What's up, guys? This is Eric from RC Productions, and today we're going to be going over the major issues that I've been having with my Traxxas Maxx V2. So let's hop right into it. Alright, so very quickly, I purchased the truck about 2 weeks ago, and I've bashed it about 3 or 4 times now, and I'm experiencing some major electrical issues. So let's talk about it. Here she is in all her glory. So let's start with some smaller issues, and correct me if I'm wrong, but some of these issues are pretty small. You know, any RC has issues, but you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and list them all out in this video for someone that's in the market of buying the Traxxas Maxx version 2. So very quickly, let's go ahead and talk about the shocks. The shock setup that the truck comes with from factory is horrible. It feels very springy, and it just kind of sags, and when you're going fast it just squats too much, and at that point it's already collapsed on the spring and there's not much up travel left. The shocks are stiff, and when you jump, the rear end just bites you and comes back up on you. Pretty annoying. The front, okay, pretty on the soft side. Definitely doable. Some tuning can probably fix the issue I'm having. Been thinking of going with some sledge springs, the optional springs, or the VG racing springs. Is also what I've heard that's been pretty good for the Maxx as well. Tires are good, suspension is good. This truck looked like it's just been through everything in 4 batches. It just looks so rough, and it just doesn't sound too good. So let's hop into the major issues of this truck. So I would say, actually, this was the first bash. This is the first pack I ran to the truck, and during that time, I wasn't bashing too hard. The truck is very close to me, and I lost connection with the receiver. Or sorry, I'm still not sure what to say, but I was driving, just cruising, and I lost throttle, lost steering. And it turns out, from Traxxas, they claimed that it just wasn't binded correctly, so I called them and they had me reset the receiver, rebind it, recalibrate it, and it worked for a little time. But back to the first issue. I was going, and the ESC was all white like this. However, the ESC fan and the motor fan were still on. Very weird. And no loose connections. I checked all the motor wires and everything was tight. I checked the battery cable and it was tight as well. Nothing was out of the ordinary. And this lost connection. I did that twice, back to back. So just got them plugging in, plugging back in, and it worked for a bit, but I had to recall Traxxas, and which leads me to issue number 2. Today, third battery pack in. The ESC, whatever, fine. Receiver issues. I've had a countless number of Traxxas cars, UDR, slash, like so many slashes, rustlers, just a whole bunch of Traxxas cars, and never had this issue before where the receiver, out of nowhere, I lost throttle and steering once again, and the receiver was flashing red, indicating that that the connection between the receiver and the transmitter is just working together. That's what it means when it's flashing green, but in this case it was flashing red, which means that it's not binded or just set up correctly. And I did that twice out of nowhere. Very confused. I had already reset the receiver from the first problem, so I'm just kind of just scratching my head now, thinking, what's going on with my brand new Traxxas Maxx? I haven't touched it since that issue. I'm probably gonna call Traxxas tomorrow, the day after, 4th of July tomorrow. I'm probably gonna call them saying, hey, my Traxxas Maxx, I just purchased it, and I'm having electrical issues, and you know, chances are they'll probably send me a new receiver, send me a new ESC. But here's the thing, guys. Like, I just hear so many shady things about the ESC and it's just not worth it for me. You know, better off selling it when it works as is than just, you know, having them give me a new one, because I want to go bash without having issues, because it's pretty annoying when you have to stop and unplug it, see what's wrong, reset it. So I'm thinking of just throwing in a Maxx 8 in there and see what the truck does. Thinking that the ESC is turned down, so another reason to get rid of the ESC. But that's all I gotta say for this video. If you guys have any recommendations on what I should do, please leave it down in the comments and let me know. So I'll catch you guys later. Peace.